All right, guys, a beautiful morning to you. I'm getting prepared right now to join Nelson on ALMOND FM. And trust me, it's going to be a very, very interesting morning. It's March Day, and of course, we've been waiting for this day. And we only pray that God Almighty give us this day. That is our prayer. All right, Nigeria will take on the Bafana of South Africa today at exactly 6 p.m. And of course, we love talking sports, and that's why I'm here. So expect me to join Nelson any moment from now. We'll be doing it together, okay? All the way from Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. And that's where I'm going to be joining Nelson from. Having said that much, I know all of you guys are super excited. And of course, you just cannot wait for that time to come. So we can only hope and pray that we get it better of the South Africans who probably will be relying on their penalty strength. I haven't actually watched them display that against their last opponent in the quarterfinals. It's football, and of course, anything can happen. So, guys, a lovely morning to you. It's a lovely day, and trust me. And of course, we just cannot wait to see how all of this will play out this lovely day. Just whetting your appetite before we get the ball rolling, because any moment from now, Nelson will be joining me, or probably I'll be joining Nelson, I should say, because he's super ready to go on right about now. Okay, let's see how it goes. God bless you all. Welcome.
Samuel Chukwueze, marvellous run past four men. Chukwueze. Razak. Virgil corner. Battling for Rundi. Alina. Dankilani and a goal!
Hello? Good morning.
That's 23 points to 119 points.
Hello?
Miami Heat also defeated the Orlando Magic 121 to 95. We've got the Dallas Mavericks actually defeated the Brooklyn Nets 119 for 104. The Bulls defeated the Minnesota Timberwolves in overtime 129 to 123. The Utah Jazz defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder 124 points to 117. While the Phoenix Suns defeated the Milwaukee Bucks 115 points to 106. Well, Ahmad Emmanuel is joining me this morning, and together we will dissect what will happen today coming from the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations. A beautiful morning to you, Ahmad Emmanuel.
A wonderful Wednesday morning to you, brother man. Welcome to my ward as well. And of course, I say kudos to you and the guys working behind the scene over there, and the listeners as well.
Wow, this is our world. Welcome to our world. It is the world of sports. When I start with what we expect today, it's no longer news that the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be in action today. First and foremost, on Monday, that was yesterday, when news broke out that, yesterday was Tuesday. Yeah, when the news broke out that Victor Osimhen might not participate in the semi-finals that will be today, how did you feel?
Well, it took me time before I actually believed the bad news, you know. I mean, I had to go extra mile contacting the media officer talking about Babafemi Raji. And he said, yes, I had, a stomach, abdominal and all that. And, of course, the medics were actually observing him. So the uncertainty actually became very clear. And of course, we begin to see the news flying around. I was disturbed, I must tell you. I know a lot of people will argue that, oh yeah, we can still cope without him, especially against a South African side that a lot of people consider a weaker side compared to the teams that we've played on route this stage. But I was really, really disturbed, because we know what Victor Osimhen means to the team. And so we went down praying, okay? We went spiritual and was hoping that he's going to, be declared fit to play. Thankfully, he was declared fit later yesterday, and we understand he has actually joined the team. Having said that much, a lot of people were also saying, well, it's just a mind game. It's just a mind game, so we shouldn't bother. I was really bothered, because you cannot just conclude that it's a mind game, okay? I mean, no nation will probably want to wish that a player like Victor Osimhen, India, Katie should just go injured or probably declared unfit. So such mind games, if it is true, is a very expensive one. Okay. So having said that much, I think it also gives us a kind of sense of question that we should ask the coach what is happening with Terry Murphy. All right. Terry Murphy actually is a very good player. We've now seen him test action. And so a lot of people are beginning to ask questions right now. What is happening? So I think today, I don't know, we might probably want to see, a different formation. I wouldn't know if he really want to change that winning team. Of course, they will say you don't change a winning team. But instead of bringing in Paul Onoachu in the latter stage of the game, maybe if there's need, I think we should introduce Terry Murphy and see what he's got to do with the team. For me, it was an exciting news overall to now see that Victor Osimhen will play for the nation today alongside his teammate. I will be hoping to get it better of these guys compared to what they've had in the past.
Right. Now, another sad news where most people will say that this player has not been good offensively, but defensively has actually been good and he has been instrumental for the Super Eagles going forward. We understand that Zaidu Sanusi, Porto defender, Super Eagles defender, could miss Nigeria's 2023 African Cup of Nations semi-final clash with the Bafana of South Africa due to injury. He could not play. He could not train with his teammates. That was yesterday. Should we be worried? Or we've got other players that can deputize for him in his absence?
You see, if this is true, it's not too good for the team. There's something I actually argued about, with some of my colleagues, okay, when they were actually trying to play down what Zaidu has been doing. First and foremost, we need to understand that he's just returning from injury. And secondly, if you watch the way online operates, it is because of the way Zaidu Sanusi has kept to his natural position, and that gives online that flair and the zeal, the agility to do whatever he wants to do with the ball, going up front, try to support the attack and all that. So if should Zaidu miss out, I think we're going to have a little bit of shaky in that defense line, because it won't give us that confidence, or probably it won't give room for online to do such moves or make such moves in the course of the game. So if this is true, I want to believe he will still probably make it. It is not too good, especially at this stage of the competition, because the coach that sticks to him, with his tactics with the team, he knows exactly what he's doing. So I mean, whatever it is anybody is saying, you cannot take away the fact that plus or minus, Zaidu Sanusi has contributed positively, to the growth of the team on this level. So should he miss out today, well, maybe that will give us more opportunity to see the likes of maybe Kenneth coming in. I don't know if he can swap or somehow operate, in that department. But I still want to believe that, we'll have a better outing. Whether or not there's no Zaidu Sanusi, or whether or not we'll have him today, I believe we'll have the best of outings. However, at this stage, you don't want to lose any player, really.
All right, at this stage, we don't want to lose any player. Now let's go into the game properly, where South Africa manager is saying that anything is possible. Hugo Boss is actually targeting victory against the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Now let's go into the game properly. What do you think will happen? Give and take. Who will win? And do you see the Super Eagles outclassing the Bafana of South Africa, tactics-wise, and also winning?
Well, if you probably follow the last outing, especially that ended in penalty shootout in the quarterfinal, you understand what the coach is talking about. Now, let me set the record straight. The reason the coach is sounding so confident is that they made it to this level. So when you get to this level, you can also begin to dream and think that yes, you can do it against any opposition. It is when we get to the pitch of play that we now see who has the best of tactics to overshadow or overpower each other. Having said that much, you can't take away the quality of South Africa. I keep telling people they will believe that there is every possibility of them defending very well and push the game into extra time and penalty shootout. Yes, because they believe that is their strength at the moment. But I want to make it clear this morning to whoever cares to listen, and for those who are listening and those who believe in the Super Eagles and of course Nigeria generally, that this game must, underline that, must be won in regulation time. Maybe 120 minutes, then we're done. Maybe that should be their best so far against the Eagles, maybe today or tonight. So for me, I don't see this game going into penalty shootout, but I think the South African side will be coming with a defensive, tactics so that they will see how to push the game into penalty shootout. They should just pray, which I believe the prayers will not be answered anyway, that the Super Eagles of Nigeria should not score first. Should they score first, they will be forced to come out and search for an equalizer. And that is where the problem will come. That is where South Africa will collapse, because they cannot start the pace of Moses Simon and of course Lukman Ademola and of course the hitman Osime up front. There's no way they can stop this force, trust me. So by and large, I believe that the coach, yes, as a coach, you expect him to talk. You expect him to, send a positive message to the fans, to the nation, to the president, who is from South Africa, talking about CAF president, to the media that is always hyping them. But today, it is going to be the end of the road for South Africa. They will go settle for bronze medal. If they can't win it anyway, I wouldn't know. But we are targeting gold, nothing but gold.
Thank you very much for that tip. And remember that yesterday the High Commission in South Africa also talked about security for the Super Eagles of Nigeria fans out there, well, those in South Africa and of course those in Ivory Coast as well. Now, don't you think it's going to be a battle? Now, are we saying that right now this is a derby, South Africa and Nigeria? Well, I call it the Americano derby, by the way, because it's going to be a battle, isn't it?
Well, it's supposed to be fun. Football is supposed to be fun. No matter how you look at it, it's supposed to be a friendly game. It's supposed to be a game that unites, everyone on and off the pitch. But then we know this rivalry between Nigeria, Cameroon, Nigeria, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa. The rivalry is too bitter compared to any other nation in Africa. And so going to the game, the call for security to be beefed up, or should I say beefed up, is really very important, because we remember the attack. I don't want to use some languages on air. The attack, made on Nigerians, or should I say black race in South Africa in the past, it was a very deadly one, a bitter experience. So they could take that rivalry, they could take it beyond the pitch. And that's why there's need for security to be up and doing. They need to be at alert. I really agree with this call, because it is very, very important, okay, to keep an eye on, South Africans who probably may be on the attack against Nigeria, probably should their team lose at the end of the day. And of course, there's going to be banters, there's going to be a lot of talks, a lot of braggings and all that. I mean, the emotions could probably get the better of them, and we might see physical attacks, which is not good for, us as a nation, or as Africans, I should say. So I believe it's a good call, and there's need for that call to be taken seriously, because we don't want any issues or problems beyond the field of play.
Before we go over to the second game, let me quickly read this message from Facebook. Jolosho Adeyeka is saying that Nigeria and DR Congo will make it to the final, and that means that Nigeria will defeat South Africa. Let me ask you, Emmanuel, Nigeria, South Africa, your scoreline.
I'm leaving it at 3-0 for Nigeria. And maybe for the first time after the first game, Victor Osimhen is going to go onto the scorers chart today.
Okay, that is really a bold call coming from you. Well, by 9 p.m. as well, the Leopards of Democratic Republic of Congo will be in action against the Elephants of Ivory Coast or Cote d'Ivoire, whichever. Well, Cote d'Ivoire, after they got the second chance, after they finished third in the group stage of the African Cup of Nations, they have gone on to defeat Senegal, and of course they actually won the quarterfinal games, and right now they are through to the semi-finals, and they will take on unbeaten Democratic Republic of Congo, who actually did not win any game at the African Cup of Nations group stages.
It's very interesting to see these two teams, come against each other. But let me inform you that the Elephants will probably come out like wounded lions. When I mean wounded lions, it doesn't mean that maybe they were wounded in the last game. They will come with that spirit. They want to build on that momentum. Remember how to get to this level. I don't want to even think about the group stages right now. But then look at the game against Mali. The Malians right now will be, biting their fingers. How did they allow that, go just like that? But it is what it is. It is football. And you don't give up until the final whistle. So tonight is going to be a very serious game because it is the Elephants' first game in Ebimpe since their 4-0 humiliation against Equatorial Guinea at the group stage. And of course, they get a chance to actually appease the supporters right there in Abidjan against a DR Congo side, keen to also make the competitions a decider since 1974. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game by and large, but I expect a physical game and a very tough one at that, if you ask me, because whoever wins this one know that, of course, they are just one leg away to clinch the trophy, because they will be meeting either Nigeria or South Africa. Hopefully, we want to see an Ivorian staging the final again against South Africa, so that it will be very, very much more interesting. The home fans will be around, and of course, the noise will be louder. Haven't said that much. You can't underrate anybody at this level. So you go there, get the job done. Do not lose any sleep, okay? Focus, 90 minutes, 120 maybe if possible, and then get the job done. However, in football, if there are no mistakes, there will be no winner. So somebody surely will be going home. Somebody will progress.
All right, let me also ask you, who do you see going into the final of the African Cup of Nations come Sunday? Will it be Nigeria and who will go to the final? The two teams you think will actually make it to the final of the African Cup of Nations?
Well, I begin to see a Nigerian DR Congo final. I may be wrong, but that's exactly how I feel right now.
Well, most people are not aware that there is a competition going on in Asia. Well, the surprise happened yesterday where a team ranked number 87 rather, in the FIFA rankings, Jordan, defeated a team ranked number 23 in the world, according to FIFA rankings, South Korea, by 2-0. That was surprising, isn't it?
Absolutely surprising, especially when you have, Ahimi's son in that order. And it tells you that football has gone beyond the ordinary, like we are seeing right here in Africa. It is also happening in the Asian Cup, okay? So it was a very tough game, really. And the South Korean side ended up losing 2-0, not just 1-0, but 2-0. And they did not score a goal. Tells you that the Jordan side came with a game plan, well executed against a pacey, a very fast South Korean side, and at the end of the day, yes, they got the result, and here we are talking about them. However, now I think the action will continue today, semi-final action at exactly 4 p.m. Going to have Iran taking on Qatar. Another interesting one, if you ask me. I think I want to give it to Qatar because they have a lot of, development after the World Cup they hosted. So I think they have what it takes to really carry the day today. They have all the support, the facilities there, everything is working for them. And of course, the Iranians, you can't take away their quality as well. A lot of people jokingly were asking me, say Iran, they play football. I say, yes, they play football. Forget about the politics going on and the war and all that. So they play football too. However, it's going to be an interesting one because both teams are rivals, and of course, but then at the end of the day, I still want to give it to Qatar.
All right. I have a question, and this is about Bayern Leverkusen, by the way. Who will stop them? Because they actually won to go down to actually win against Stuttgart. That was yesterday. Who will actually stop them? 30 games unbeaten.
Yeah, I think the story of Bayern Leverkusen is becoming very glaring. Even though the gap between them and FC Bayern Munich is not too big, I think it's just 2 points separating them. But as it is right now, if you consider their form, you really want to believe that they are up for something. Maybe for the first time in a very long time, we might not have that drama, seeing FC Bayern Munich clinching the German Bundesliga title at their expense. Let's see if they can maintain this consistency, and let's see if they can fight on. Let's see if they can push to the end of the season. But right now, I'm still going to tell you that it is not yet a hurry. Yes, they're stopping the log at the moment, but then they still need to do more, because if there's any form of slip from them, Bayern Munich, them will take over, and it will be almost impossible to stop them clinching the title once again, which will be very boring for me if you ask me. So it's a good one that Leverkusen are doing well. I want to see them do more.
Well, we also want to see them do more. Chelsea will take on Aston Villa today, by the way, in the FA Cup, and you also see them actually winning after they actually lost to what's it called? They lost to Roberto Wanderers during the weekend.
Yeah.
By the way.
Honestly, Chelsea, remember I told you that the consistency is the problem with the Blues. However, they still have other issues behind the scene, behind what we do not know much about that. And these issues begin to affect them on the field of play. Again, against Aston Villa today, in the fourth round, it's going to be a replay, really, later tonight. I think Aston Villa side are no pushover. So, and they're playing at home. So, I wouldn't say Chelsea can go there and override them, because sometimes when you rate Chelsea, they will, disappoint you. I want to leave it at 50-50, but then I won't be surprised should Aston Villa get the better of the Blues later tonight.
All right, and the final note in the world of National Basketball Association, Doc Rivers has been confirmed to be the manager of the Eastern Conference when it comes to the NBA playoffs. Did I say NBA playoffs? Yeah, he has been confirmed to be the All-Star game, NBA All-Star games, and for Doc Rivers managing the Eastern Conference. Is that a big news coming from the welcome development, considering the fact that even the Milwaukee Bucks, the team is just managing at this point in time, and that's where the topsy-turvy performance coming from him.
I think it's a timing, intervention, a timing appointment, because Rivers is a very, very good tactician when it comes to basketball. So coming around right now, maybe a lot of people will say maybe he's coming for a rescue mission. Let's see if he can't do that with the Milwaukee Bucks, who for me have underperformed so far. So let's see if Rivers will change certain things. He's got some players that are loyal to him. He might draft them in to help boost the strength of the team. The NBA is getting much more interesting, much more tougher, much more juicy, and of course interesting to those who really follow basketball, really. So for Rivers, let's see the magic he's going to do. But then, should he fail to really deliver, the blame shouldn't be on him. Then he should be given much time to rebuild and possibly give them something better and remarkable as it is right now.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel, for joining me this morning on ALMOND Top Sports.
The pleasure is always mine, and hope we celebrate together tomorrow on the show.